everyone, welcome back. It is time for my weekly shop of my stash. As a recap, this is what I used last week. I had the Norvina palette again. This is not from lots of use. This is just being in an unfortunate place when another eyeshadow happened to break. Not from this palette, but this is what it looks like. I really do enjoy this palette. I have this palette, the Handaiyan Golden Time palette. And again, this is what it looks like. I really like this palette. This is one that I think I would gravitate to more in the fall, but I was able to use it and I really like the look that I came up with it. And then I have the Focallure Sweet as Honey palette. And again, this is what this looks like. And again, I really like this palette. Anything that has those blues in it, or a green, or even that purple jewel tones, those are my colors. I love them. So these are all going back into my collection. And yeah, I enjoyed using all of them this week. This is what I used for the rest of my face, well, cheek products. I had this blush, which is the Fair Trade Coffee. I really like the bronzer and the highlight in this. I find the blush is just a bit too pink for my liking, but maybe in the summertime when I have more of a tan, it will work better. Or maybe it's just something I need to stick more to in the winter time when I'm going for more of that flush look that it's giving me. So I do like this, especially for the highlight and the bronzer, but I'm going to hold on to it for now and retry the blush and see what I think of it. I also had this Milani Coral Cove blush. It's really pretty. I liked it. No complaints there. And what other one? I had the Rockateur by Benefit, the box blush. It's just a neutral blush. And again, really nice. Benefit does blushes really well. I have to say, I like that these come in minis because that's what this is. And I'd rather have a mini than a full size. But at the same time, it is a pain to get my brush in there. Just a regular sized blush brush. It's a little bit challenging. I made it work. It was a little frustrating. But nonetheless, going to keep it. I do have my blinged out that I tried to bling out anyway. Failure. But this is the NYC Sunny Bronzer. I do like this. I think I'm going to keep this in my drawer to keep on using, and I'm just going to use it up before I move on to another bronzer. It's not my favorite bronzer, but I might as well use it up. It's not bad, so I don't mind it. I'll just put that to the side to keep out. And those were the blushes. And then highlights, I had Becca Moonstone, which again, it looks like that. And then I had this Vintage Cosmetics one, which I was surprised. I thought I would wear. Oh my goodness. I was surprised by this one. Oh my. Because I thought I would wear the, what's it called? I was surprised by this one because I thought I would wear the more brown one a few times. And I don't think I did. I think I wore more the pink one. But yeah, I really like this highlighter formula. It's really nice. It's just, for whatever reason, I gravitated to the one over the other when I thought I would be using this one more than that one, but that wasn't the case. And then I used this one, and this one surprised me. It's by Kaleidoscope Cosmetics, and when you look at it, I can open it. There we go. It looks very, very, very pink. Well, peach, I guess. But when I use this, it comes across as very gold. Let's see if I can, like, it comes across more gold than anything. I'm not sure if that's going to translate. You don't really see the peach in there at all. So I didn't use it at first. I thought it would be too much of a peach highlighter on my skin. And then after I used it the one time, I'm like, you really don't see the peach at all. You just see the gold coming through. So I'll have to remember that for next time because it is really pretty. It looked nice on the skin. It just definitely does not look like what it does in the pan when you put it on your cheeks. Okay, so let's move on to what we are going to be using for this coming week. Okay, so these are the 3 palettes that I have to use this week. If you're not familiar with what I do with my palettes and how I choose them every week, I do have every palette numbered on the back, and then I have a list with them all written down, and then I use my random number generator every week, and that picks the 3 palettes, and I don't reuse a palette until I've gone through the entire thing. That being said, if something is new to my collection, I always use it before I put it into my drawer, so technically something could be used twice in a cycle just because it was new, and then the number might come up again, but for the most part, everything gets used once, and then I cycle through again. That way everything is getting equally loved in my collection. So these are the last three that I had to use up before I started over again. So these were just drawn by default. So I have the water palette by Revolution. Okay, I just stuck my finger into that gray shade there, but that's what this one looks like. It is part of their Zodiac series that they have. This is the Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio palette. And then I have the Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette by ColourPop. And this is what this one looks like. Some of them don't look like they've been used, even swatched at all, but I promise you I have used it. And then I have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which is right here, which when I was looking at it, I was like, wow, those probably would complement each other very nicely because they look very similar. They're different enough, but they're very similar at the same time. So those are kind of neat that they got pulled together. Well, luck of the draw, all got chosen together. So now moving on to my cheek products. I'm going to pick my palettes out. This is where I keep most of my face palettes, in this drawer here. There are some bigger box blushes and stuff like that because they don't fit with my other things. And this, I keep saying I have to organize this drawer. That hasn't happened yet just because, yeah, I haven't gotten around to it. Everything's so bulky in here, it's kind of hard to organize it without just throwing it in. So right now, this works. This is what we're doing. So I think for this week, I am going to use this Tarte palette here. I think it has 8 blushes and a highlighter. I will show those to you once I pick everything out. And then I think, I was thinking about this earlier, I think I'm going to go with this Candy Cane boxed, it's a highlighter, I think. Yeah, baked highlighter. This, I will show you in a few minutes. This will not work as a highlighter for me, but I might be able to make it work as a blush. So I'm going to try this week, and if it does not work for me, I will pass it on to one of my girls because there's no point cluttering up the space if I'm not going to wear it at all. And then for, let's see, blushes. I don't have a huge variety. All my blushes are in these 2 trays here, other than the palettes that I have. So something different. That Tarte one has a lot more mauve and neutral style blushes. So I think I'll go with this Revolution blush. It's in this shade Treat. It's more of a peachy color. Let's see if we can pick one from this pile. What haven't I used in a while? That is different enough. Okay, I think I might use this Bang Beauty one. This one is bright pink. So it's kind of similar to the one that I used last week from Wet n Wild. So we will see how I feel about this one and we'll give it a try. I think I pulled this a while ago and never ended up using it, but I will try this time. Then for other highlighters, I do have these 2 trays with highlighters as well as a few things back there. But let's see. Someone was talking about Wet n Wild highlighters the other day, and it wasn't this one. This is Precious Petals, but I think I'm going to try this one because when they were talking about it, I'm like, oh, I haven't used that in a while. So I think I will use this one this week. And what else will we pick? I think I'm going to try this one. This is a cream one, and it's Rose Royce, and it's a bee lighter. It's kind of like a blush and highlighter in one, but I'm going to give this one a try this week as well. And then for my bronzer, I already have the Sunny one, the NYC Sunny, that I'm going to continue to use for now. So let's take a look at. Okay, so these are what the blushes all look like. Again, this is a very bright pink. It's borderline peachy blush, but it is very much more pink. And then this is more of a peachy blush, as you can tell. And then, as I mentioned, this has more pink and mauve neutral shades in it. It does have this highlighter here and this highlighter here in it. So I am getting 8 blushes and 2 highlighters in this palette alone. So lots to choose from for blushes this week. So we have those. And then for highlighters, we have this cream one, which does, again, come across I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it work as a blush or a highlighter just because it's a little bit light for a blush and a little bit too deep for a highlighter, but that's just swatching it, so I'll see how it works on my face. I already know I really like this one. I just haven't used it in a while. And this is what that candy cane heart one looks like. It did come in a set. That's why I have it. Normally I wouldn't have picked this one up at all. But this is what it looks like, and I'll just try and get a good swatch of it. I mean, you can even see when I'm swatching it, it comes across as really weird. This is what it swatches out like, so I'm not sure if that will be a flattering blush or not. It's not overly shimmery. It's not that. It's not coming across as too much of a highlight. It's a strange color. So we will see if we can make it work. Again, if I can't, I'm sure one of my daughters would love that because that's just screaming 8 or 10-year-old little girls. So. Okay, and that is what I will be wearing on my eyes and my cheeks this week. Let me know in the comments below if you do shop my stash and what you will be wearing. If you do videos, let me know in the comments below as well so I can go and check them out. I'm always curious and maybe a little bit nosy to see what everyone is using. Again, as I always mention, all my lip products pretty much are in here, as well as my mascara, and those things I just kind of choose depending on the look that I am going for. I don't like to pick those out ahead of time and limit myself. That goes for foundation as well. I don't have a huge selection of it, so I just kind of go on what I feel like wearing that day. But I find shopping my stash really helps me rotate through my blush, my highlighters, and my eyeshadow specifically. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.